Hello and welcome to Model Kit Beginner. Let's get the microphone closer. Here we go. Hope you guys are doing all well. I'm certainly doing fine. Today I thought we'll start the weekend off with a Volkswagen Type2 Microbus from 1963 from the fine folks over at Hasegawa. People who know me know I love a Microbus. They also know I hate the Revell versions of Microbus where you have to put the bodies together. And I just bought a Dr. Oetker one again. Can't help myself. I just can't help myself. But anyway, we will have a look at that one later on. At least it doesn't have that many windows, so that will help. And we will have a look at this one, which is an easier to build version. And I think Revell even kind of hired the forms for that one, the molds. That's the word I was after. Actually hired the molds of that one and even did some of these kind of buses as well. Anyway. We will have a look first at the history of this one. Where does it come from? Because it's Hasegawa, so there will be 5 million rebuilds, that's for sure, so get yourself ready for that. And once we have done that, well, we move down to the bench and have a look what's in the box. See you there. And here we are with the Type 2 Microbus 1963. Volkswagen brought out these buses in the 50s. They had 27 horsepower when they came out. It was hardly enough to pull themselves, never mind anything else. But yeah, that's what they were, and they, I don't know, I think at the end they were 40-something before they came out with the Type 3. But obviously we like that with a Whipple speak here in front, this one here over here. And we like the form, we like the pattern, we like the 23 windows. You get a 21 window. The difference is that curved window at the back. If they don't have the two curved windows, they are 21 window buses. Then obviously they have the 23 window buses. If you want to buy one today, yeah, get your money out, especially the 23 windows. Not cheap at all. And let's have a look at the history. And I promise you it's Hasegawa, so it is a lengthy history. Just going through here quickly, you can see it just doesn't stop. All kinds of versions. I've selected a few. Obviously we have the very first one. We always have to look at the first one, which was just a delivery van. It's a 1967, so slightly younger sample. I remember those very, very well from my youth. They were very, very popular. And and they obviously had the barn doors, not the sliding doors. Then we have the Samba bus from Revell, which is actually, I think, and you're welcome to correct me in the comments, I think that is the Hasegawa bus, which Revell just taken over the molds. Then we have, here we go, the Type 2 delivery van with a fire pattern and a blonde girl's figure. Here we go. We always run on the beach with high heel, high plateau shoes. I mean, that's a favorite thing we do, isn't it? And then the very latest one is a trick or treat one. So if that's your cup of tea, you can have that as well. But as we have seen, many other versions around. Some of them quite beautiful. The opposite is a surf version. There's a moon ice version if you're into that. I'm actually want to have a look at that. Here we go. That's actually pretty cool. So I would have a look at that. Love the hubcaps as well. Pretty cool. Anyway, so that's the history of the kit itself. It came first out in 97, so it's not brand spanking new. And the one we had is a reproduction from. It doesn't say. And it is funny that it doesn't say, because I also can't find it here. Nowhere. I can see a 2000 from Revell, so I can only but assume that it's probably more or less around about 2000 where this particular one came out. Right, let's pop down to the bench. Let's see what's in the box. So, and here we are with the box of the Type 2 Microbus from 1963. We'll open the said box and get stuff out. Here's a bag with windows and chrome. Here we go. We'll have a look at that on the earlier stage. There's more chrome. Yeah, I forgot how much chrome is on these buses. And plastic right over here. We have obviously the beautiful body in one piece. Yes. And we have some decals and an instruction sheet. And we will obviously dive into the instruction sheet first, because that's what we do. Right. So that is apparently the first page. Tells you how to build a model. Basically, that's what it boils down to. Then, oh no, that would have been the first page. Somebody must have opened this. I wonder who that was. Anyway, here we go. Tells you a bit about the Volkswagen, the 1950, when it first was conceived. Gives you the color call out. Quite a few, as you can see, because there's interior to look after as well. Then we start opening this up. Here we go. And it starts with the interior and all the frame details, which is actually quite detailed. The engine there at the back as well. Right, here's one of the flip open instruction sheets. Then more interior right over here to get that all together. Tires, get them going. Beautiful, beautiful wheel covers. It's funny that they weren't beautiful at the time, but now I really love them. Windows, so you have them here. The front windows are all in one. Nice and easy, like that. Then on the next page, we have the rear windows. Most of them are also in one, apart from the two single ones we had on the previous photograph. We will see them just now. Then we have the steering wheel and the instrument panel. Not much to look at, always very, very simple. Then if you want to attach antennas, you can drill the holes and have the radio antenna on it, and then put top and bottom together. Then get on the peripherals, of which there are quite a few. Lots of chrome, lots of metal, lots of stainless steel on these, and then obviously the antenna, which we have just talked about. And then here it gives you an idea how to put on the stripes. Always a bit of a bummer, especially with the Hasegawa. I'm sorry, Hasegawa decals, not always known as being the most pliable, and but I'm sure we will be just fine. And then we have some over here, 33. What is this? This just needs to be colored. I think so. Yes, there's some coloring to be applied there as well. Oh yeah, obviously the windows need some coloring, or the window frames, not quite sure. We will see when we look at the windows themselves. We obviously had a rubber right over here, and this particular one doesn't seem to have the Safari windows either. Right. That's more or less what we are looking at as far as the instruction sheet is concerned. We will now, as we always do, have a quick look at the decals, and once again we will try to get a little bit closer to the action here. Here we go. Right, we have those stripes which we have talked about, different Volkswagen number plates. This is for the instrument panel, and we have the odometer right over here. A couple of stripes, that's for the ventilation openings at the back of the body for the engine to get some air. Then obviously we have the Wigglespeak, which is in one, so that will be interesting to apply. And we have the Volkswagen sign right over here. It would be interesting to see if we also have that in chrome, because sometimes they had that on in chrome on top. And yeah, that is the decal sheet. Looks nice. And those of you who have done Hasegawa decals know they can be a bit putting up a fight a bit sometimes, but I'm sure we will be all right. Right, then we have let's open this up. Come on. Yeah, they put... I'm not quite sure why they have done that. Looks like they have put some chrome parts and window parts together in one bag. This doesn't look to me the wisest thing in the world to do. And they really did. Anyway, let's have a look at the window parts first. So this is the front window part. Is that a scratch or is it just dirt? Looks like it's definitely not spit, which I put on my thumb there. Yeah, no, it only looks like dirt. I'm sure we can polish that out. So these are the windows, side windows, front windows, all in one. This is the rear window right over here. Then we have most of the back windows right over here. Then those single back windows which we need to use, we have over there. Over there, I mean they're out of camera shot, of course. Right there. Then we have light covers, quite a few. This looks like the front lights, not quite sure what light covers those are. And we have rear lights right over here, which obviously then you need to color in kind of silver, orange, and red. Then we have these lights, side lights as well. And we have, as we have said, some chrome parts right over here. We have some wheel covers right over here. Actually, both trees are exactly the same. Which means you get two designs over here, so some bonus parts. Otherwise, it's just basically the wheel covers. And this might be that gas tank lid. Right, so let's put that glass together. How was it? Can we remember? Probably can't. Love it when I lose my mind. Anyway, we'll put it together as good as we can so that it won't scratch any more than it has already. And put it into the bag right over here. Yeah, funny that they decided to put the chrome parts in there with them. That was probably not the wisest decision. And then we have these ones which we put here at the bottom, probably the safest. And that would be the transparent parts. Right, then we have a bag and some chrome parts, obviously. We have the a bag of plastics, another mixture of plastics over here. Let's just cut this open quickly and shake that all out. And we start with the other chrome parts which we have over here, which appears to be the bumpers, obviously, mirrors right over here, back mirror for inside. I see some door handles, I'm sure you see them as well, right over there. And yeah, that's about it. Then we have lights innards right over there, and more door handles, which gives me the barn door feeling for the body, obviously. And then we have some more modern, more for the 67, 68 version. The 63, I will use the round rear view mirrors, surely. Right, then we have one white sprue. I am lying. We have two white sprues, which are the Steelies right over here. Very typical Volkswagen. Nothing special to report. Look fine. While we are with the wheels, let's have a look at those. We have tires in here. Shall we? Let's open that up a little bit. Let's just have a look what that looks like. We have pulley caps as well, as you might have seen. Right, let's get a tire out of here. Go on, you can do it. Obviously, they were probably 13,145 or something stupid. They're very soft, very pliable. They are not branded at all, and they have quite a sizable seam in the middle. And here we go, now you can see quite a sizable seam in the middle, non-branded, very non-descriptive Volkswagen tires, but nice and soft, so you can build up your rims and put the tires over them afterwards. That should not be an issue whatsoever. We have black plastic, sorted by colors here. Here we go. So we have drive shaft cover, part of the frame, all frame and suspension parts as it looks here, part of the steering mechanism right over here. So that's mostly suspension parts on the black sprue. Then we have a couple of grey sprues. We have let's do two of these, which are two benches, two standard benches. Very interesting, because I remember, yeah, I see there's a third bench here as well. I remember that one of the benches must have a seat which flips over, but I don't see seats, so I think that has a bench in front, two benches at the back. And normally one of those benches should flip over around about a third of the way, so the people in the back can get comfortably. But maybe you didn't need that with the barn door, but that is what I would expect. Right, more grey parts. We have the cover right over here. The spare wheel is behind the seat, and this that creates then a little table. At the back we have more bumpers. If you don't want to have the chrome bumpers, you can use the American style non-chrome bumpers, and I call them American style because the European style bumpers didn't have these additional bumpers on top. What you see over here and what you see over here didn't appear on the European versions of the bus. They looked like this, but they certainly appeared on the American edition of those buses. Then we have one over here with, I would assume, brake covers. We have the steering column, steering wheel. We have the gear lever, which was a very simple affair. We have different kind of number plates. Germany or in Europe, there would be this longish one would be in front, this would be at the back. Other countries, they would have similar ones, front and back, like Japan, for example. Wheel covers, inner fenders, I would assume. And then we have the inside, nicely textured, pretty much as you would expect it. It would just be a rubber mat. And another wheel cover. So yeah, there are quite some extra parts here. Engine, all in one piece, nothing to build up there. And then we have the dashboard with the instrument panel. Can't do much wrong there. It was all a very simple affair. I'm missing the ashtray at the bottom. There always was an ashtray there as well. And then we have a look at the body, which comes in a different color. And I see the top is molded in. That's interesting. There's a little thing. I think that needs just to be cleaned off. So that is molded in, so that in the Revell buses, for example, is not molded in. But in the Revell buses, the whole thing is in pieces. Here it's all together. And it has the barn doors. You can obviously cut them off and make them, present them open. It's not very difficult. More difficult with the driver and non-driver doors, I wouldn't suggest that. Then you have the famous 22 and 23 window right over here. All the other windows which we have seen already. And then obviously this is where those decals would come for the engine this is air cooling for the engine, because obviously all these Volkswagens from that era were air-cooled cars. Otherwise it looks a very, very lovely body. No sharp edges. Well, it was a very rounded car to start with. Looks very well formed. I don't see any flaws whatsoever. And very, very happy to build this. Certainly looking forward to that. I have so many decals left from my other Volkswagen buses from Revell, which I have buggered up, that I can make that any version really if I want to, apart from the Dr. Oetker, which is a new one. I will show you some other time. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that. That's what we have to say about the Microbus, the Type 2 from 1963. Very, very nice indeed. Like it a lot, and maybe not as detailed as some others, but certainly a lovely car, and it will look good on the shelf. Let's get upstairs for the final thoughts. And here we are, back upstairs with the Volkswagen Type 2 Microbus. The one with the 23 windows. Fantastic, fantastic little kit. I packed it back very carefully, made sure that nothing happens to the glass and the chrome. No scratches will be happening while handling this box. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly did. I will build this bus. I love this bus. Some small details. It was certainly the simpler of the version. It was not the luxury version, as it today would say, the Caravelle. It certainly wasn't any of that, because it didn't have the flip forward seat on the back seat, and it had a bench in front. So that was a very simple 23 windows driving kids to school bus, because the more advanced, or no, luxurious version, I would rather say, was the one where they had single seats in front with the console in the middle. Yes, no expenses have been spared there. And the back seat had the flip forward seat as well. Thanks very much for popping in. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I certainly love that, love the kit, love the car, and hope I'll see you guys again shortly. And greetings from Cape Town. Cheers.